Hey there guys, Ectomaster here, bringing you the Mage talent and Glyphs. So we're going to go ahead and take a look right into it. Don't mind the name, I really could not think of anything to name the Mage. So Derp Mage is going to show us all the cool stuff that a Mage can be. Now they can pretty much only be one thing, and that's DPS. And yeah, Spellcaster DPS, we all know this. So they have the three specs: Arcane, which gets Arcane Blast, Arcane Charge, Arcane Barrage, and Arcane Missiles. So I wonder if they use Arcane. Whereas Fire gets the Fireball, Pyroblast, Inferno Blast, and Combustion. At least they're a little more creative on those names. And then Frost gets the Frostbolt, Summon Water Elemental, Fingers of Frost, and Ice Lance. Yeah, it's almost kind of like Frost and... like Arcane and Fire got together and had a kid, and Frost is 50-50. Creativity-wise. Anyways, getting to it. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the talents. First and foremost, start with level 15. One option you get is Presence of Mind. When activated, your next Mage spell with a casting time less than 10 seconds becomes an instant cast spell. This spell is not on the global cooldown. Now for Scorch. Scorch the enemy for 6,661 fire damage. Can be cast while moving. And then Ice Flows. Allows you to move while casting and channeling the next two Mage spells that have a base cast or channel time less than 4 seconds. This spell may be cast while a cast time spell is in progress and is not on the global cooldown. So there we have it. I kind of like Scorch. That was a good update. Moving on to the level 30, you get Temporal Shield. Envelops you in a Temporal Shield for 4 seconds. Damage taken while shielded will be healed back over 6 seconds. This spell is usable while stunned, frozen, incapacitated, feared, or asleep, and is not on the global cooldown. I almost read that as decapitated. That would be nice. I can be decapitated and then my head can just grow right back. That'd be nice. Blazing Speed. Suppresses movement slowing effects and increases your movement speed by 150% for 1.5 seconds. May only be activated after taking a melee or spell hit greater than 2% of your total health, or after you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor. This spell may be cast while a cast time spell is in progress and is not on the global cooldown. And then Ice Barrier. Instantly shields you, absorbing 34,337 damage. Lasts 1 minute. While the shield holds, spell casting will not be delayed by damage. Kind of like Temporal Shield. It kind of sounded fun. So moving on to level 45, you get Ring of Frost. Summons a Ring of Frost at the target location. Enemies entering the ring will become frozen for 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds, 10-yard radius. Then Ice Ward. Places an Ice Ward on a friendly target. When an enemy strikes that target, all enemies within 10 yards will become frozen in place for 5 seconds. One charge lasts 30 seconds. Frostjaw silences and freezes the target in place for 8 seconds. Lasts half as long versus player targets. There you have it. Ring of Frost sounds fun though. Greater Invisibility is the first one for the level 60 tier. And instantly makes the caster invisible, reducing all threat and removing 2 damage over time effects. While invisible, you are untargetable by enemies. Lasts 20 seconds. Invisibility is cancelled if you perform any actions. Damage taken is reduced by 90% while invisible and for 30 seconds after coming out of invisibility. It replaces invisibility. Cauterize, an attack which would otherwise kill you will instead bring you to 50% of your maximum health, and you will burn for 40% of your maximum health over the next 6 seconds. Cauterize cannot occur more than once every 2 minutes. Definitely one that's kind of hard because in live now you get cauterized and you're like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, gotta heal, and then I'm dead. Cold Snap. Moving on. When activated, this spell finishes the cooldown of your Ice Block, Frost Nova, or Cone of Cold spells. Instantly restores 30% of your health. This spell is usable while stunned, frozen, incapacitated, feared, or asleep, and it is not on the global cooldown. Still nothing about being decapitated, though. Nether Tempest, going on into the 75 level, places a Nether Tempest on Tempest. Can't speak today. On the target, which deals 18,252 arcane damage over 12.23 seconds. Each time Nether Tempest deals damage, an additional 50% of that damage is also dealt to a random target within 10 yards. Living Bomb, probably one of the best in the whole game. I'm taking that right off. The target becomes a living bomb, taking 8,388 fire damage over 11.3 seconds. When this effect ends, or the target dies, it explodes to deal an additional 8,430 fire damage to up to 3 enemies within 10 yards. Limit 3 targets. The spell has a 1 second global cooldown. Love that. And then Frost Bomb places a Frost Bomb on the target. After 4.71 seconds, the bomb explodes, dealing 16,876 frost damage to the primary target and 8,438 frost damage to all other targets within 10 yards. All affected targets are slowed by 70% for 2 seconds. Frost Bomb's countdown and cooldown are reduced by haste. Now we're going to move on to level 90, and you get these 3 wonderful, talents. Invocation reduces the cooldown of Evocation to 10 seconds, but you passively regenerate 50% less mana. Completing an Evocation causes you to deal 25% increased spell damage for 40 seconds. Rune of Power places a Rune of Power on the ground which lasts for 1 minute. While standing in your own Rune of Power, your mana regeneration is increased by 100%, and your spell damage is increased by 12%. Only 2 runes of power can be placed at one time. Replaces Evocation. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. You can put that on the ground and just stand there and cast all your... That'd be awesome. Alright, Incanter's Ward places a magical ward on you, absorbing up to 10,298 damage for 8 seconds. Absorbed damage will restore up to 18% of your maximum mana. When this effect ends, you gain up to 30% increased spell power for 15 seconds, based on the absorption used. Now the passive increases spell power by 8% and increases mana regeneration by 65%. This effect is deactivated while Incanter's Ward is on cooldown. So there you have it. Those are the abilities. To be honest, I kind of like the sound of Rune of Power. That is kind of cool. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to the Glyphs, because this is what everybody wants to see. I guess. I don't know. I'm just putting this out for everyone. So we're going to go right into the major Glyphs, starting off with Arcane Explosion. It increases the radius of your Arcane Explosion by 5 yards. Arcane Power, which is for the Arcane Spec, increases the duration and cooldown of Arcane Power by 100%. Armors reduce the cast time of your Frost Armor, Mage Armor, and Molten Armor spells by 1.5 seconds, and increases the defensive effect of each armor by an additional 10%. Not bad. Blink increases the distance you travel with the Blink spell by 5 yards. Combustion is for the Fire spec, increases the direct damage, the duration of the damage over time effect, and the cooldown of combustion by 100%. Cone of Cold increases the damage done by Cone of Cold by 200%. Counter Spell. Your counter spell can now be cast while casting or channeling other spells, but its cooldown is increased by 4 seconds. Deep Freeze. Your Deep Freeze spell is no longer on the global cooldown. Evocation. Your Evocation ability also causes you to regain 60% of your health over its duration. With the Invocation talent, you instead gain 20% of your total health upon completing an evocation. With the Rune of Power talent, you gain 1% of your health per second while standing in your own Rune of Power. Not bad. Fire Blast. Your Fire Blast and Inferno Blast spells now also spread Living Bomb, cause Frost Bomb to instantly explode, and cause Nether Tempest to instantly fire its secondary damage to all nearby targets. I like this one. That's going in right away. Spread living bomb. I love that. Sounds dirty. Spread the living bomb. Alright. Enough dirty thoughts. Glyph of Frost Nova reduces the cooldown of the Frost Nova by 5 seconds. Frostfire Bolt reduces the cast time of Frostfire Bolt Frostfire Bolt by 0.5 seconds. Ice Block. When Ice Block terminates, it triggers an instant free Frost Nova and makes you immune to all spells for 3 seconds. Ice Lance. Your Ice Lance now hits one additional target for 50% damage. Icy Veins, which is for Frost, reduces the cooldown and the duration of Icy Veins by 50%. Invisibility increases your movement speed while invisible for 40%. Mana Gem, your Conjure Mana Gem spell now creates a brilliant Mana Gem, which holds up to 10 charges. Polymorph, your Polymorph spell also removes all damage over time effects from the target. Remove Curse increases the damage you deal by 10% for 10 seconds after you successfully remove a curse. Slow, which is for Arcane. Your Arcane Blast spell applies a slow spell to any target it damages if no target is currently affected by your slow. Spell Steal. Spell Steal now also heals you for 3% of your maximum health when it successfully steals a spell. And then Water Elemental for Frost. Increases the health of your Water Elemental by 40% and allows it to cast while moving. So all of those are pretty good, although I have to say the Fire Blast one is the most entertaining. I'll go ahead and put that one on there. Don't have any use for it. I don't want that. Right back to the top. There we go. Looking at the minor glyphs. Now this is the one that everybody really wants to look at. Why? Because they've changed the way that they all look. Or they do. Minor glyphs are, of course, as I've said before, more recreational and more fun rather than do something useful. Okay, Arcane Language. Your Arcane Brilliance spell allows you to comprehend your allies' racial languages? Nice. But it's your allies, not your enemies. Tisk tisk. Conjure Familiar teaches you the ability to conjure familiar. Conjures a familiar stone containing either an arcane, fiery, or ice familiar. Critter Morph. When you cast on critters, your polymorph spells now last 1 day and can be cast on multiple targets. Loose Mana. Your Mana Gem now restores mana over 6 seconds rather than instantly. Mirror Image for Arcane and Fire. Your mirror images cast Arcane Blast or Fireball instead of your Frostbolt, depending on your primary talent tree. Momentum. Your Blink spell teleports you in the direction you are moving instead of the direction you are facing, which is nice. Monkey, Penguin, and Porcupine. I can guess what all of these are. Your Polymorph Shield spell polymorphs the target into a monkey, a penguin, or a porcupine. Rapid Teleportation. After casting a Mage Teleport spell or entering a Mage portal, your movement speed is increased by 70% for 1 minute. And then Ritual of Refreshment, not yet implemented. Your Ritual Refreshment spell no longer requires the assistance of other raid members to complete, but has a 1 minute cooldown. And then there's this, Bear Cub. Your Polymorph Sheep spell, you can get a Bear Cub too. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder if I'll be able to keep my turtle. I do have a turtle. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try that one. Yeah, why not? And doth I know mirror image? I do. We'll go ahead and do the mirror image one. Why not? Alright, so we're gonna find a mount. We're gonna go flying somewhere. We're gonna take on some things. Thought I learned that. Yes. I want to be fire. Alright, we're just gonna find a random mob here. Random level 5 mob. There we go. Oh, he's 6. He'll work. He's a cut purse. Alright, so we're going to do Conjure Familiar first. So you get a little thing in there. Icy Familiar Stone. Also, there you have it. So it does have a 5-minute cooldown, so you can have that for 5 minutes. Alright, now what were the other ones? I can't even remember. Oh yes, that and Blinks. We need to get Blink on the bar. Hello, Blink. Oh, that's not what I intended to do. Alright, so let's click on Mirror Image. There he goes. Fireball. And they're just attacking whatever the hell they feel like. Isn't that wonderful? Alright. So, I'm facing this way. Alright? That's the way I'm facing, but I'm moving forward. Blink. I did not go backwards. Isn't that wonderful? Wunderbar. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is the talents and glyphs of the Mage. Thank Derp Mage here for giving us a hand. And I shall see you guys next time.